Okay, Swarley129 here with an updated tutorial slash demo video for my Swarley's Ornament Magic. So I'll show you how to use it and what the new updates do. So if you haven't already downloaded it, obviously at the Chrome store, I'm not going to walk through how it's done, but this will look different by the time you're seeing this because I'm in the process of updating at the moment. But just search Swarley's Ornament Magic or Swarley129 and you'll find it. So when you come to the Chrome store, if you already do have it and it's not saying 1.5, just hit the update button up here and that will fetch the latest version. It will update automatically, but not necessarily straight away. So when we come to the Ornament Magic, so all the same functions are still here, but with some extra benefits. To apply an ornament or to swap an ornament out or to remove an ornament. So let's say we've got so with multiple structures where it gets a little bit messy, but it works pretty well now. So if we click on this property here, it'll load up the details for this property with the ornaments and everything like that. So once we have that loaded up, we don't need to stay clicked onto it. We've got all the information here. So I can see that there's 3 ornaments applied, and if you look at here, it shows you all 3 that are applied. And then you select your structures from here. So let's say I wanted to have both the Upland made ornament applied last. There might be a reason why you want to do that, but I also want to put it in the middle just because it looks better, like just because you can. So the easiest way to do it, first of all, obviously I need to work out which one's which, because there's no real way to know which building is which. So we'll just remove the first one and just see which one that removes. So we'll just hit the remove button from the first one, which was the 198. And if we move the map slightly, it'll update and it'll show us the back one. So that was the ornament we want, but that's not the hard bit. The hard bit is working out which one the middle one is. So let's move, and it's not always in the same order as what it is on the property. So let's remove the middle one. So if we just move the map slightly after we've done that, and it's the front one. So here we go, classic example. So remove the last one. All right, so we know that the last one's the middle one. All right, and we also know that we want that one to be the last one that we apply. So we'll start with the first one and we'll apply just a normal ornament to it. Okay, so this will update once you hit apply. It tells you that it did update, even though you don't see an update here, it did update. So we'll just hit don't show this again and you won't get bugged by that. So if you move the map slightly, you'll see that updated and it put a normal ornament at the back. Now we want obviously a normal ornament up the front, so we know from our checking that was the first one. So we're going to pick the non-walls one and we're going to apply that, and that'll put the ornament up the front. Alright, and then obviously that leaves one left, so you can see here in the list there's only one not applied yet, so that's still empty, and we can apply the last one, and that is how so that's the fine tuning, so to speak, if you want certain ornaments and certain properties, especially if you want them to be applied last. So that's how that's done. Okay, so this brings us to the bulk remover. Now, other people may have used this in the past. It was a standalone extension. It's now part of the Swarley's Ornament Magic. Works pretty much exactly the same as it used to. A little bit of background on the searching the scan that you need to do. So there's 2 options. There's the normal mode and then there's the safe mode. The restriction, or try the normal mode first. The restriction is Upland do have limits on how fast and how hard you can hit them up for information, the API calls. So if you do find that you are hitting some sort of limits, and you'll get a warning that's saying something along the lines of you're sending too many requests, that might be accompanied by like a 429 error, or the requests have been stopped to protect your account. That's just basically Upland warning saying, hey, you're sending us too much information. Worst case scenario, you'll get blocked for about a minute. It'll look like you've been logged out. Just literally wait for about a minute, hit the refresh button, and you'll be good to go again. Very unlikely to happen, but can happen. I have put in safeguards to try and prevent that, but I can't obviously promise every single scenario. Anyway, so like I said, try the non-safe mode first. If you're having dramas, then just put safe mode on. It will be somewhat slower than the normal mode, but at the end of the day, if you get there, you get there. So once you've done a full scan, basically what it does is look for every single property that you have with a structure applied. So it'll only come back with the results of ones that you have applied. So as you can see here, this is my full list at the moment. I've only got structures ornaments applied in 2 cities. So that's why for me this list is quite short. For most people you might have hundreds of lines, not just a couple of dozen. You can remove by a particular season if you just wanted to sort of filter out a season, like get rid of the last season or something like that and keep everything else. You can do that. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to remove by city. So I'm going to choose Miami and only remove what's in Miami. I've got everything else in Upland removed anyway, but so a full move for me today would have been just fine. But anyway, I'm just showing it moving Miami. So once we select Miami, that'll only have Miami in the list, and then we can hit remove city. So once that starts ticking away, as you can see, it's removing the ornaments as we go, so that's removing 77 in total, and you can see on here it's working through the list, and not in any particular order, it just works through it. I'm not sure what the logic is there, but it'll just get there and it'll tick away as it's going. So it keeps working. So what we can do is actually watch this in real time. So when it gets to these one, which is the street that we're watching here, you'll see that these ornaments will start to be removed. So just FYI, I actually took these off while the video was paused for another reason. That's neither here or there. So yes, you can see that they're starting to disappear as the app's working through that list of ornaments to remove. So once it gets to the end, everything will be removed and we'll have a clean slate of structures with no clothes on. Alright, so that's that done. So that's how to move ornaments quite quickly across Upland. Obviously, the more you do, the longer it'll take, but it gets through them pretty quick. And it's obviously a hell of a lot faster than doing it manually one by one through other methods. Alrighty, so that's the bulk remover. It hasn't really changed from if you've used it before, from what you've used before. It's pretty much the same thing. I did just make a few adjustments to the scanning to try and make it safer and better, but yeah, so let me know if you do have any dramas with it, but safe mode should get everybody through. It just may take a little bit longer. Alright, so with that we'll move on to the bulk applier. Okay, so this brings us to the bulk ornament applier. So this is the new addition to the Ornament Magic range. So much like the bulk remover, it will scan all your properties, grabbing all the structures that you have on a property, and checks out what ornaments that might be able to apply to them. So this works really, really well if you have like a single structure with a single ornament. It'll just pick it up and apply it, and you're done. If you've got multiple ornaments with one structure, assuming they're each different seasons, if you select the season you want, easy, done as well. Pretty simple. Where it gets a little bit messy is multiple structures with multiple seasons, multiple options. So in this scenario, I've only got 3 structures with 3 ornaments, so it'll just pick them up and apply the 3 as you go. Now, like we said at the start of the video, it won't necessarily put the 3 in the right order or have the last one that you want to be the last one, but it'll just whack all 3 on. And it'll do the same across the board. Now, if you had, say, 6 ornaments for each structure, so i.e. 1 for each season, then if you haven't selected a season, it'll just pick the first one and apply it. And it'll probably do that exact same one each and every time you do the same action. So it'll just pick the first one that it matches and applies it. So I couldn't tell you what season that'll be. I don't even know how it figures that out. It might be by the name or by its ID number. I don't know. But it'll probably be the same one. Once you've done it once, you'll see which one it does. It's neither here or there. What I tend to do is apply them right across Upland first, just with no season, so I've got as many ornaments as I can applied, and then if I want, say, coming to Blossom season, if I want only Blossom, then I'll, apply Blossom season. So for today, in the demo, we're just going to apply whatever we can in Miami, which most of these only have 1 for each of them anyway, because these I don't really care about in the Ornament Challenge. I just decorate NGH as part of the Pirate node. So if we come back here, I've already done the scan. So this is just Miami. I had everything else removed, remember, from the last scan. So even if I chose just Miami, everything in here is only going to be Miami anyway. Alright, so it's already gone through. It's scanned for my property. It's got all the structures on each property. So if you've got multiple structures, they come up as well. And then it shows you what sort of ornaments that you can apply. I haven't picked a season, it's just going to pick the first one it can and apply. So we're just going to hit bulk apply. And much like the remover, it just starts to work its way through. So you can see it here chugging away. It's going to do 56 ornaments applied. So, I mean, it's already done 33 in the few seconds that we've been talking, and as you can see, it's sort of chugging through, applying these as we go. So if we go back and look at that street now, so here, all I need to do is move the map, and you'll see that what's been applied. And bingo, it's like magic. Funny that. So once the bulk apply just works its way through, now you don't need to remove ornaments. Like if these, say you had, these aren't blossom seasons, but let's say you had on the property blossom season ornaments, obviously not applied, all you would need to do is just select blossom season and hit apply, and it will swap them out for blossom season. Same as if you're using a single one here, you don't have to remove an ornament first, you can just select the one that you want to apply if you had multiple options. So in a scenario like here where they're already applied, as we find it here, so there's no spare ones left over. So I can't swap it out, but if there were spare ones, you could literally just select the structure you wanted to apply it to and swap it out. You don't have to remove them, but the little remove button there is just make it easier, so you can just, if you want to simply just remove it or figure out which one is which so you can apply the right one last, that's what that's for. Okay, so the last thing I just wanted to show you is if you wanted to apply ornaments just to a particular property, yeah, you've got this UI which works pretty well, but if you've set up your property with all the right ornaments and there's only one of each type thing, then this bulk applier can work really well. So I have a property that's over in Bakersfield which has a lot of ornament structures with ornaments that go with them. So just to show you what that looks like, I'll go to that property in Bakersfield. I have a lot of stuff going on in there at the moment, but we'll just bring it up. Okay, so you can see there's a lot of structures and whatnot going on here, but I want to apply all these ornaments in one hit. So so in here I've done a search just for that address. I just put in the number and it's brought it all up. So I can, instead of going through and hitting all this one by one and applying, which will work, you can just literally select that one property and apply 33 structural ornaments in one hit. So again, like the other one, we can watch it happen in real life, in real time. So we can just move the map around and you can see them getting applied. So you can see all the little guard towers now applied. I don't yet have my prison structural ornaments for these ones, but hopefully, you know, someday in the distant future we might get them. So in the meantime, I've got pirate ones here, but you can see it applied all of those. The only one that didn't apply is this one, but that's because it's a meta venture. So obviously you can't apply ornament to meta venture. So that's a way you can also apply a lot of structures to one property in literally a second or two. I hope we see a lot more properties decorated across Upland. I hope more people get involved in the Ornament Challenge. Already people are starting to wipe the floor with me, which is awesome to see. You know, these tools that I make kind of really hurt me more than, well, they hurt me, but you know, but that's awesome because obviously if people are buying ornaments and decorating Upland, that's good for everybody, and that's what we're here to do, is make Upland great for all. Anyway, that's it for me. I hope you had a good one. I'll catch you all later.